suspect, looking at the communique that came out of Government House, with the meeting, a sort of a brief report on what happened with the discussions that we had with the ministers, etc., that Montserrat will be told the same thing and be facing the same situations, similar situations.
No, Montserrat has not been told the same thing, in that Montserrat had taken the decision prior to the Conservative Liberal government coming into office that the situation in Montserrat was such that we had to bring it under control. And you can recall in last year's budget that we spoke in terms of the privatization, effectiveness and efficiency in government service, the need for privatizing some of government activities, the need also to develop the private sector. So in fact, what we were doing basically was looking at our roadmap, where we are in relation to the roadmap which we have developed in consultation with DFID, and determining what resources are required for us to move further ahead on that particular roadmap. Whereas our situation is not dissimilar to that of many other countries in the world, Montserrat at least grabbed the opportunity before it escalated out of proportion, and having to be told, we took the initiative ourselves to make the corrective action.
I see that Montserrat is already on the move in streamlining, if you like. I think it's a way of describing it, our inland revenue and customs. And in fact, they're trying to merge us. Tell us just a little bit about that, as brief as you can.
Okay, basically what again, it stems from the budget statement which was made, which was a policy document for fiscal 2010-2011, where we spoke to increasing the efficiency and effectiveness in government service delivery. There are things which we have been doing in the past which are not necessarily the most efficient nor the most effective. And therefore, if something is working but it can be improved, then let's improve it. If it's not working, get rid of it and replace it by something else, or just simply get rid of it because it's no longer necessary given the current climate and given the technology that's available to us. Yesterday we unveiled the commencement of the Asecuda system, which will be bringing a lot more things online. Government also wants to go the route of putting income taxes online, being able to put property taxes online, departure taxes, being able to pay those with debit and credit cards, so that rather than people trundling around with money, they can in fact electronically make their payments. It also means that persons who are resident overseas and wish to pay their property taxes do not have to wait for a tax return to reach to them or tax assessment. They can in fact go online and then make their payment. So that is the direction in which we are moving. So the Customs and Revenue Service, by bringing them together, will bring to government some more management efficiencies. The Postal Service will be looked at and has been looked at, where we're looking at improving that by joining Postal Service and the Philatelic Bureau into one organization and changing their mandate overall. People are not sending letters as they used to. Everybody, well, a lot of people are going electronic. So therefore, the post offices in many jurisdictions are things of the past. We're not saying it's a thing of the past in Montserrat, but we have to change the focus and scope of their operations. During my visit to the United Kingdom, I also visited the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man has advanced their systems to the extent that sittings of Parliament, you get the sitting of Parliament electronically throughout the world in written form within 1 hour of the sitting of Parliament, because they have introduced the electronic means through voice activation. They've also done quite a bit of work in relation to their electronic processing of documentation, and what we've indicated to them is we would like to learn some of the lessons which they've experienced in introducing their system. And since we're introducing a similar system, then if they have hit some pitfalls, we should not hit the same pitfall. So it's part of the initiative now where we're seeking to find out from them how they do certain things and how we can collaborate. And they are more than willing to provide for us the technical assistance and also the facilitation for us to be able to move forward. And it is quite a bit of this was done through Peter Henderson, who is the head of the interim head of the Customs and Revenue Service here. So at least we're moving in the right direction in relation to that, and also creating for Montserrat linkages with other overseas territories, although they're British dependent, they're Crown dependency, which is different to the overseas territories. But we can learn a lot from them, and we can benefit from a lot of their expertise.